Welcome fellow adventurer and dungeon master to a new edition of Character Concept for You, where I create level 1 characters for you to use as either heroes or NPCs. Feel free to change them in any way you like or create your own hero with the build you see before you. My name is Model 42 and today I want to tell you about Lucilla Danforth, a human changeling swashbuckler with an interesting concept and playstyle that you can use to trick your DM a little bit. Lucilla is a pretty good, though not maximized swashbuckler that looks like a magical class on the outside, making her a prime target for smart enemies who think they have easy game with her, but are then surprised by a quick and agile melee class. Leveling her up authentically is also what makes her so interesting, since you should, when you think it right, add the witch dedication to her, actually giving her spellcasting abilities to mix it up, while still profiting from her melee strengths. Making this type of build is often a smart strategy, though usually done the other way around, which is also kind of fun to play. Lucilla has a class DC of 16 which is almost maxed and very good, is of average strength, very quick and agile, fit and healthy, pretty smart since that would be the basis for a witch, not that wise since she still is very young, and a very beautiful person who hides behind her outfit and calm personality that hides something more. She is very good in acrobatics, deception, diplomacy, performance with a specialization in courtly dancing, and thievery. When it comes to arcana, genealogy lore, occultism and society she is not half bad either, with the rest being untrained or based on her abilities alone. Lady Danforth has basic fortitude, really good reflexes and decent willpower, well-trained though basic perception aided by low light vision, 19 hit points which is pretty okay, and moves with a normal speed of 25 feet. She speaks 3 languages fluently, which are Common, Garisian and Halit. Most of them are spoken very often in her nation. She considers Common to be her mother tongue. With an unarmored DC of 16 she is pretty decent on the front lines and usually does not wear armor, but a good leather armor might be a decent upgrade down the line, though it should be hidden under her clothes. She can defend herself, since she is capable with most weapons, with her natural cold iron claws, though is way better in using her rapier, which is hidden inside her wooden cane, and also is very handy with daggers. Lucilla does not get any benefit from being a human, though gains low light vision from being a changeling. When it comes to her ancestry feat, she has the lineage feat, Slag May, which means she is the daughter of an Anis hag, which you can usually see with her 1 violet and 1 steel grey eye, as well as the cold iron claws she has, though keeps them short to look like fingernails mostly, because she has the background ward. She gains the skill feat Fascinating Performance, which I'll explain in a few moments, together with some of her class features and her class feat. As a swashbuckler she gains benefits when having panache, which she gains from showing some daring do, also gaining a small bonus to her movement speed and circumstance bonuses to tumbling, and her panache gaining skill, which is diplomacy because she has the style, wit, also gaining the bon mot action, which we look at later together with her dueling parry. Her first special action is the 1 action ability Confident Finisher, which she can only do when she has panache and only with weapons that benefit from her precise strike, which are agile or finesse ones. This finisher deals at least half its precision damage when it fails, though is of course better when it hits, as we see later. The bon mot skill has a ton of trays for a 1 action skill, making it very special and mostly usable against humanoids. With this feat she chooses a foe in 30 feet range and makes a diplomacy check against their will DC after insulting them politely. Think Monkey's Island. On a critical success, the target is distracted and gains a -3 penalty to perception and will saves for a whole minute, or until it uses at least 1 action to retort, which is described in the APG on page 203 since it is not that easy. On a failure this is the same, but with a -2 penalty instead. On a fail nothing happens, and on a critical fail, she herself stumbles upon her words and gets the success penalty herself for 1 minute or until she has a successful bon mot. Still a very cool and thematic ability for role playing. For 1 action she can also use her dueling parry, if she uses either her rapier or dagger and has the other hand free, giving her a +2 circumstance bonus to her armor class until the start of her next turn, which is amazing. fascinating performance changes the usual ability in such a way that she can fascinate someone during her non-combat performances and later on 4, 10, or any number of targets for one round, which is great for distracting and getting attention in a good way. Precise Strike is written down here as well, which is a passive sort of ability and is always active if she has panache. All her melee weapons with agile or finesse traits, her rapier and dagger for example, deal +2 precision damage, and later more, and her finishes add +2d6 of such damage instead, also becoming more later on, making her a decent damage dealer even with her lacking strength. Lucilla can carry a normal weight of up to 5 bulk without penalty and 10 max, with exactly 2 bulk used right now. She still has 27 copper and 37 silver pieces to her name and has equipped a rapier with an amber grip, for which we spend 1 gold piece extra, and carries it in a wooden stick sheath, for which we paid 1 gold piece so it looks like a staff, you know, like magical users have, a fine white and black astrolabe dress, an ordinary witch's hat, fine stockings and shoes in black, as well as a belt pouch, which contains flint and steel, a mirror, and a sheathed dagger. Furthermore, she carries a backpack, bedroll, 10 black candles, rations for a week, 3 pieces of soap, a torch, water skin, an ordinary white nightgown, an ordinary astrolabe dress of either black or white color, 3 sets of ordinary clothes, usually those are white, brown, green, grey and or blue in any combination, a black raincoat as well as white winter furs. Before we look at her personality, let's check her stats and facts first as usual. Lady Lucilla Danforth is a human with the Changeling heritage, so you need your DM's permission to play her, and has the trace belonging to them. She is a ward and grew up as the adopted daughter of a rich Astolavian lord, though never felt she actually belonged, and was trained in the art of fencing from an early age, since this was the only sport she was allowed to do alongside riding, which is the basis for her being a medium-sized swashbuckler. She prays to the goddess Pharasma and is of lawful evil alignment, which means as long as she can further her goals, she will do heroic stuff, though for her to actually sacrifice herself or her goal would mean really befriending her, which would possibly make her neutral along the way. She does not do evil things because she can or wants to, only those which she has to do with no qualms about them most likely. Being born of a Virisian witch and a Taldan knight whom she never met, she grew up in Ustalav in Gallo Garden, near the swamps she was given birth in. The young woman is only 17 years of age, 1 meter and 59 centimeters tall, or 5 feet 2 inches, and weighs around 50 kilograms, or 110 pounds. As are most of my characters, she is bisexual, though in her case pretty much inexperienced in such things, making her open to more than just the standard of, you must marry a man, which her father told her often enough. To create her personality, I chose 2 points from human, 2 from Changeling, 2 from the Swashbuckler, and added 4 of my own for 10 points total, which I always preach is enough to play an authentic but also entertaining character. Let's put it to the test again. First up, being still young and not that much into her later-like lifestyle, she seeks her purpose in life, knowing instinctively about her true nature. Not liking her family that much does not mean she is without love, since she absolutely loves and cares for her friends, which are more akin to a family-like than her actual parents, no matter which set of them. Being fascinated by her gifts and her heritage, she wants to learn more about her mother and hags, not hiding what she is to people she stays around, cherishing them like friends if they accept her, knowing that she was born of a monster. As you might gather from that, she holds herself in high esteem and no manner of down talk will make her give up, though since she plans to look like a weak girl on the outside, she practices her arts in secret to keep in shape, surprising everyone once combat starts. Not caring for life and death, she prays to Pharasma because she is also the goddess of fate and prophecy, which Lucilla believes in, knowing that there is a reason she was born half a monster. As part of trying to understand her gifts, she wants to study the occult and arcane arts, no matter if in a witchy or wizardry way, since she thinks of herself first most of the time. As long as she can improve herself and others help her along the way, she will help them in return, like an unspoken deal. The young lady has a very quiet and calm demeanor in her normal day-to-day routine, hiding a wild, hot and passionate side in her that only came out during her sparring and fighting, being almost as if 2 persons are inhabiting her body and soul. And who knows what she might do with you once you two are alone and she actually cares for you, but that is for you to decide, as is the rest of her story. If you want her complete character sheet, so that you do not need to copy and paste from screen, just hop on over to my Facebook and send me a nice little hello, with the added wish for Lucilla. Thank you for sticking with me to the end, and if you like Lucilla or just want to help out, leave a like and subscribe for more content and guides. You can also leave a comment of what you think about her or how you would use her in your games. Stay safe my friends, and we will see each other somewhere in Galarian.